When supply chains collapse and store shelves go empty, the families who prepared will survive, the families who did not will panic. Right now, while all these stores remain stocked and prices stay low, you have a window to build a stockpile that could feed your family for months. 9 specific items sitting on Aldi shelves today will become nearly impossible to find after a grid-down event, economic collapse, or major disaster. These are not fancy freeze-dried meals costing hundreds of dollars. These are simple, budget-friendly staples that cost less than $70 total yet provide 30 days of emergency food for one adult. Every item on this list has either infinite shelf life or lasts decades when stored properly. Every item serves multiple purposes beyond just eating. And every item will trade like currency when desperate neighbors come knocking. Aldi prices run 20 to 25% below traditional grocers. That advantage disappears the moment crisis hits. Here are 9 items to buy this week before it is too late. Number 1. White rice. White rice is the foundation of any serious emergency stockpile. At Aldi, earthly grains long grain white rice costs approximately $3 for a 3-pound bag. Larger 5-pound bags appear seasonally for around $5. 1 pound of white rice contains roughly 1,650 calories. A 25-pound supply feeds one adult for approximately 25 days at survival rations. Storage is where rice becomes remarkable. White rice stored in mylar bags with oxygen absorbers lasts 25 to 30 years. Even in original packaging kept cool and dry, rice remains edible for 4 to 5 years. Brown rice spoils within a year due to natural oils, but white rice endures decades. Beyond eating, rice serves multiple survival functions. Combine rice with beans to create complete protein containing all essential amino acids. Grind rice into flour for baking when wheat runs out. Save the starchy cooking water for thickening soups or making simple adhesives. Ferment rice into alcohol for barter or medicinal use. When trade resumes after collapse, rice becomes currency. It is universally recognized, easily divided into smaller portions, and requires no explanation. Throughout Asian history, rice literally served as money. Stock at least 25 pounds per family member. At Aldi prices, that costs under $20 per person. Number 2. Dried beans and lentils. Protein becomes precious when meat supply chains fail. Dried beans solve that problem at Aldi prices that seem almost too low. Dakota's Pride pinto beans cost approximately $1.49 per pound. Lentils run $1.29 to $1.79 per pound. 1 pound of dried beans yields 6 cups cooked, feeding for 6 people per meal. Shelf life makes beans exceptional preppers items. Properly stored in mylar with oxygen absorbers, dried beans last up to 30 years. Even in original packaging kept cool and dry, beans remain nutritious for 10 or more years. Older beans require longer cooking times but retain their protein and calories. The combination of rice and beans creates nutritional magic. Together they form complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids your body cannot manufacture. This combination sustained civilizations for thousands of years before refrigeration existed. Beans serve purposes beyond the dinner table. Grind dried beans into flour for protein-rich bread. Use bean cooking water, called aquafaba, as an egg substitute in baking. Sprout beans for fresh greens during winter months when gardens sleep. Save some beans for planting when spring arrives and your garden needs renewal. Protein sources command premium trade value after collapse. Beans are lightweight, non-perishable, and universally recognized. Stock at least 30 pounds per family member. Number 3. Canned vegetables. Survival diets heavy on grains often lack essential vitamins and minerals. Canned vegetables fill that gap at prices Aldi competitors cannot match. Happy Harvest canned vegetables cost 49 to 79 cents per can. Corn, green beans, peas, carrots, and mixed vegetables all available. Name brands at other stores run $1.29 to $1.79 for identical quantities. Official shelf life for commercially canned vegetables runs to 5 years. Reality proves more generous. Properly stored cans remain safe for 10 or more years, though vitamin content decreases 5 to 20% annually. Store cans below 75 degrees Fahrenheit and avoid temperature swings that stress seals. Canned vegetables require zero preparation. During power outages when cooking becomes difficult, you can eat them cold directly from the can. The liquid inside contains leached nutrients and serves as instant soup base. Nothing goes to waste. Empty cans become survival tools themselves. Use them as drinking cups, small cooking vessels, storage containers, candle holders, or cut them into metal strips for repairs. Bury food scraps in garden beds as compost. Variety matters for morale during extended emergencies. Different vegetables prevent appetite fatigue that makes people stop eating. Stock at least 48 cans per family member, rotating oldest cans into regular meals. Number 4. Cooking oil. Cooking oil packs more calories per pound than any other food in your stockpile. 1 pound of vegetable oil contains approximately 4,000 calories. At Aldi, Carlini vegetable oil costs roughly $3.49 for 48 ounces. Canola oil runs about $3.99 for the same size. Shelf life requires attention. Unopened vegetable or canola oil lasts approximately 2 years when stored below 70 degrees in darkness. After opening, use within 6 to 12 months. Refrigerating or freezing extends life significantly. Rancid oil smells obvious but remains usable for non-food purposes. Beyond cooking, oil serves critical survival functions. Fill a small jar with oil, add a cotton wick, and create emergency lighting that burns for hours. Lubricate squeaky hinges, stuck locks, and hand tools. Condition leather boots and gear to prevent cracking. Combine oil with wood ash to make simple soap. Apply to skin as moisturizer during dry winter months. Coat metal tools to prevent rust. Throughout human history, oil served as valuable trade commodity. Post-collapse, cooking oil disappears quickly because people consume it daily and cannot easily produce more without specialized equipment. Stock at least 6 large bottles per family member and rotate regularly. Number 5. Salt. Salt may be the single most critical item on this list. Your body absolutely requires sodium for nerve function, muscle contraction, and fluid balance. Salt deficiency causes muscle cramps, weakness, confusion, and eventually death. Beyond health, salt enables food preservation without refrigeration. At Aldi, stone mill iodized salt costs approximately 69 cents for a 26-ounce container. Larger containers appear seasonally for under $2. This is arguably the best survival value in any store. Salt never expires. It is a mineral that does not spoil, degrade, or lose potency when kept dry. Iodized salt may lose some iodine content after 5 years, but remains completely safe and functional for all uses. The list of salt uses extends beyond 15 documented applications. Season and enhance food flavor. Cure meat for long-term storage. Ferment vegetables into sauerkraut and kimchi. Preserve fish without refrigeration. Tan animal hides into leather. Create saline solution for cleaning wounds. Gargle salt water for sore throats. Melt ice on walkways. Kill weeds in garden paths. Scrub cookware clean. Set fabric dyes. Extinguish grease fires safely. Roman soldiers received salt as payment. Origin of the word salary. After collapse, those without salt cannot preserve meat or maintain health. Stock at least 10 pounds per family member. At Aldi prices, that costs under $5. Number 6. Honey. Honey stands alone as the only natural sweetener with truly infinite shelf life. Archaeologists discovered 3,000-year-old honey in Egyptian tombs that remained perfectly edible. At Aldi, Berry Hill Pure Honey costs approximately $5.49 for 32 ounces. Larger containers appear seasonally for $7 to $9. Storage requires minimal effort. Keep honey in sealed containers away from moisture. Crystallization occurs naturally over time, but indicates nothing wrong. Gently warm crystallized honey to return it to liquid form without degrading quality or killing beneficial properties. Honey provides far more than sweetness. Medical literature extensively documents honey's antibacterial and wound-healing properties. Low moisture content, acidic pH between 3.2 and 4.5, and natural hydrogen peroxide production make honey hostile to bacteria. Hospitals use medical-grade Monica honey for wound care. Regular honey works effectively on minor cuts, burns, and abrasions. Additional uses include soothing coughs and sore throats, providing quick energy through simple sugars, fermenting into mead for barter or celebration, preserving fruits, and treating skin conditions. Sweeteners become rare luxuries after collapse. Sugar tracks moisture and eventually spoils. Honey lasts forever. One jar could trade for significant goods when desperate neighbors crave something sweet. Stock at least 4 jars per family member. Number 7. Oats breakfast matters for morale during extended emergencies. Oats provide familiar comfort requiring only water and heat. At Aldi, Millville old-fashioned oats cost approximately $2.79 for a 42-ounce canister. Quick oats and occasional steel-cut varieties run similar prices. Shelf life varies by processing level. Whole oat groats stored properly last 25 to 30 years. Rolled oats in mylar with oxygen absorbers endure 20 to 25 years. Original packaging in cool, dry storage provides 1 to 2 years of quality. Steel-cut oats outlast rolled oats due to less processing and reduced oil exposure. Oats deliver sustained energy through complex carbohydrates that release slowly throughout the morning. High fiber content aids digestion during stressful periods when systems often struggle. Children and elderly family members typically accept oatmeal readily when other survival foods seem strange. Beyond breakfast porridge, oats serve multiple purposes. Bake oatmeal cookies and bread when you crave variety. Grind oats into flour for baking. Thicken soups and stews for heartier meals. Create oatmeal baths to soothe skin irritation, rashes, and bug bites. Make poultices for minor skin conditions. Feed to chickens, goats, or other small livestock. Familiar breakfast foods trade well with families who have children. Stock at least 4 large canisters per family member. Number 8. Peanut butter. Peanut butter packs extraordinary nutrition into a shelf-stable, no-cook package. One standard jar contains approximately 2,800 calories, along with protein and healthy fats. At Aldi, regular peanut butter costs approximately $2.49 for 16 ounces. Simply Nature organic varieties run about $3.99. Shelf life depends on formulation. Commercial peanut butter with stabilizers lasts 1 to 2 years unopened, often remaining safe considerably longer. Natural and organic varieties with oil separation have shorter shelf life, around 6 to 9 months. Store in cool, dark locations. After opening, consume within 2 to 3 months if unrefrigerated. Zero preparation makes peanut butter invaluable during power outages. Spread it on crackers or bread. Stir it into oatmeal for added protein and fat. Eat it directly from the jar when cooking becomes impossible. Children especially accept peanut butter when other emergency foods seem unappealing. Beyond eating, peanut butter serves surprising purposes. Smooth leather goods to restore flexibility. Remove sticky residue from surfaces. Bait mouse traps effectively. Supplement protein for dogs during food shortages. Use separated oil for light cooking. Protein-dense and family-friendly, peanut butter trades easily with neighbors who have children. Sealed jars appear trustworthy and recognizable. Stock at least 8 jars per family member. Number 9. White vinegar. White vinegar costs almost nothing, lasts forever, and serves more survival purposes than nearly any other item on this list. At Aldi, Tuscan Garden white distilled vinegar costs approximately $1.79 per gallon. Apple cider vinegar runs about $2.49 for 32 ounces. The Vinegar Institute confirms white vinegar has almost indefinite shelf life due to its acidic, self-preserving nature. Sediment or cloudiness may develop over years, but indicates nothing harmful. Store away from direct sunlight and vinegar remains effective for decades. Documented uses exceed 20 distinct applications. Preserve vegetables through pickling when refrigeration fails. Create salad dressings from simple ingredients. Clean and disinfect surfaces throughout your home. Descale kettles, coffee makers, and cookware. Soften laundry as natural fabric softener. Kill weeds without toxic chemicals. Wash fruits and vegetables. Clean glass and mirrors. Maintain drains. Neutralize odors. Soothe sunburns and insect bites. Rinse hair. Soak tired feet. Remove rust from tools. Dissolve adhesive residue. Tenderize tough meat. Help poach eggs perfectly. Combine with baking soda for leavening in baked goods. Those preserving food after collapse need vinegar constantly. Cleaning becomes essential when sanitation matters most. Stock at least 4 gallons per family member. At under $2 each, this investment protects your family for years. 9 items, approximately $70 total at Aldi prices. 30 days of emergency food for 1 adult plus cleaning supplies, preservation materials, and medical applications. Every item on this list either lasts forever or endures decades with proper storage. The window to prepare closes without warning. Economic instability, natural disasters, grid failures, and supply chain disruptions strike suddenly. Families who stock these 9 items sleep better knowing they can feed themselves when stores go empty. Families who wait will join the desperate crowds fighting over scraps. Start this week. Visit your local Aldi and add these items to your regular shopping. Build your stockpile gradually if budget requires, but build it. Rice, beans, canned vegetables, cooking oil, salt, honey, oats, peanut butter, and white vinegar. Simple foods that sustained humanity for thousands of years before modern convenience. Your neighbors will call you crazy until the day they come knocking. When that day arrives, these 9 budget items become worth more than gold. Prepare now while you still can.